So what's going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another Zombies Q&A on the channel, the series where I take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and I answer them. As always, if you're going to enjoy today's video, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos. But let's get into it. Here we go and enjoy. So the first question of today is from Nick Ross, and you say, "Hey BOA, where is everybody else in the maps? It seems that there is only the zombies crew." So there are more characters alive than the ones that are familiar to us, like Primus, Ultimus, Victus, Dr. Monty, the Shadow Man, playable characters as well as ones that aren't playable. There were other survivors that existed on Earth. For example, employees of Broken Arrow or the CIA and the CDC. We played as them in Nuketown, which takes place at the same time as Moon, just before the rockets hit Earth, but the zombie apocalypse at that time was well underway, so you can see from the characters we played as in that map, there are survivors. We also know there were people that existed in the Pentagon, not just JFK and the crew we played as, but there were other people during the zombie apocalypse. We don't know how many survivors on Earth exactly there was, maybe a few hundred, few thousand. I wouldn't have said a million. I'm pretty sure we would have come across at least one other person that isn't a playable character. Surely if there was loads of people we would have come across someone, but again, taking another example from the Canorium, we are told on March the 18th, 2027, in a distress call, former CDC Assistant Director George Barkley reveals that the infectious contaminants have gone airborne. He advises caution regarding any allies showing signs of short-term memory loss, psychosis, delusion, and paranoia. So, someone called George Barkley, who we heard in Die Rise, sent out radio messages to his allies, which, again, tells us there were more survivors than we thought. And one more example I can give you was the Flesh and the group of survivors that followed Maxis. We know after the rockets hit Earth, in 2029, a broadcast was sent out confirming the fall of the Flesh and the group that followed Maxis. With each group hearing the voice of Richtofen or Maxis, a battle broke out between them. As they fought, a zombie horde moved in and destroyed all who remained. Stuhlinger was one of the few to escape, so we know that Samuel was one of the remaining survivors of the Flesh, but there were other people that survived the battle. There are still more members of the Flesh that exist. So yeah, it's hard to give you a definitive answer for that one because you ask, where are the other survivors? We don't know. We don't see or hear from them. We are just told there are some. Maybe at one point in time our characters did come close to them, but we never actually see any. The next question from Shadow Fantasy says, "Hey BOA, since Eddie is Richtofen and Eddie went into the new universe, does that mean that Eddie, who is young Richtofen, could continue Ether? Is that what Tryout meant when they said Tag wasn't the end of Ether? Also, why doesn't Arthur die if you shoot him?" So, pretty much you're saying since Eddie is Richtofen and Eddie went into the new universe with Samantha, we've already seen in the Black Ops Cold War teaser, Samantha Maxis is there, grown up. So does that mean Eddie is going to be there, grown up as well? They both went to this universe together at the end of Tag, so they should be here in this new universe together. And if Eddie is here, grown up, well, that actually means he is Richtofen, because Eddie was the child version of Richtofen. Well, if we go to the Tag Toten ending, we can see here we have Samantha and Eddie together. They are holding hands, walking off into the new Black Ops Cold War universe, and then we come over to the Black Ops Cold War trailer, where we see we are now in this universe that they walked into. We see Samantha is now grown up. I believe in one of my previous videos, I said Samantha here was around 30 years old, so because her and Eddie are around the same age, that means Richtofen should be around 30 years old as well, maybe a little bit younger, but in the trailer we only clearly see Samantha. If you look very closely, and I've covered this on the channel already, but while she is in the phone booth, there is a male character that is following her. You can see her and this person make contact, they see each other, so we've said, could this be Eddie? He's not obviously seen in the trailer, so could this person following Sam be him? I think it's very possible that this is Eddie. We don't really see his face, he's wearing a hat, because at the end of Tag, they went into this new universe together. And remember, there was only one singular world left. This universe in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, as far as we know right now, is the only one that exists. The multiverse is no more, meaning Samantha and Eddie have to be in the same one together. I can't see a reason why they would split up, why they would go off on their own ways. They entered this new world without anyone they previously knew. They were very good friends. You could maybe even say almost brother and sister like at the end of Tag Toten. You would think going off into this new world they would stick together, but we don't see Eddie. This could be him, it could be someone else, but I believe this is him. And even if it wasn't, Eddie still exists in the Black Ops Cold War universe. So going back to your question, does that mean that Richtofen is in Black Ops Cold War? Well, yes, because Eddie is Richtofen. Eddie was him as a child. Now Eddie will be grown up, like I said, around 30 years old. I'm not sure how old the Primus version of Richtofen was. I would say in his 40s, or how old the Ultimus version of Richtofen was. Probably in his 50s. That's just without working out the actual age. So if Richtofen is about 30 in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, then what is he going to look like? We have had the voice actor of Richtofen, who was Nolan North, come out and say he isn't in Black Ops Cold War. He specifically said Richtofen isn't returning in this game.
Hey, it's Nolan North here. Finally made it to TikTok. And I want to talk to all the fans of Dr. Edward Richtofen. He's certainly one of my favorites, and he was always a crowd pleaser, wasn't he? But he's not in the next Call of Duty. Nein, he is not. And I am not happy. I blame Dempsey. I hate you, Dempsey. I hate you with the passion of 1,000 suns. I guess it's stabby time. Yeah.
What I will do, because I know you guys are going to want to see this, after I finished answering this question, I will show you the conversations that the voice actors of both Richtofen and Dempsey have with each other over on TikTok. They are hilarious. I think you guys deserve to see them. So when I finished answering this question, I will play them all for you. But getting back to what I was saying, either two things are happening here. One, he is lying. If he was playing Richtofen, it could just be that he's not allowed to say, or he isn't voicing Richtofen in the game because he's younger. Richtofen's voice in Black Ops Cold War Zombies would sound different to how we've heard it before. If we do see him or hear from him, he could have a different voice actor, one that sounds much younger. Or it could just be that we don't actually hear from Richtofen. But if Samantha's here, then Richtofen or Eddie, they're the same person, is here as well. And I am super interested to see him. It appears that he's not going to be a playable character anymore, and actually I wouldn't expect him to be how we've seen him previously, because this version of Eddie has gone through different life experiences to the other versions of Richtofen that we've seen. He was brought up in the house with Dr. Monty along with Samantha, whereas Primus Richtofen or Ultimus Richtofen has gone through wars and fought against the undead. The Ultimus version was joined with the Nazis. The Primus version was a doctor. This version in Black Ops Cold War was just a child that went off into this new world and, I presume, lived a normal life. So this version of Richtofen could be very different to the one we know. But yeah, Richtofen exists, and if Samantha's here, then so is Eddie, and Eddie is Richtofen. That also kind of makes me sad because, for me, it isn't quite Richtofen without Nikolai, Takeo and Dempsey, and we know that they are dead. Anyway, like I promised you, here are the conversations that Richtofen and Dempsey have over on TikTok.
So this is a message for Nolan North. Nolan, welcome to TikTok. And by the way, I hate you too, Richtofen! And yeah, it is stabby time. Stabby time, bub. Crossover.
Dempsey has responded, just as the doctor knew he would. The game is afoot, and the doctor knows how to play. I hate you, Dempsey.
So, Richtofen says the game is afoot. I got your foot right here, and it's covered in gutbag juice! And I got just the place to put it. Although you'd like that, wouldn't you? In fact, you'd probably lick it.
I got your message, Dempsey. It is I, Dr. Edward Richtofen, but you already knew that. I hate you, Dempsey! Anyway, I accept your challenge. You want to talk about meat bags and all kinds of maggot addicts. What kind of names are these things? You're disgusting. You disgust me. So I will just tell you that I have a ray gun in my possession. And a monkey that will explode for me. And I'm going to shove it right up your... What? No, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this for Dempsey. Yes, I know what you're saying. Don't interrupt the doctor! I challenge you to come onto the Retro Replays show here on YouTube's and face me man to man. Do you think you can handle that? Nikolai could. Will you?
Hey! It's me, Tank Dempsey. I had to go into this padded bomb shelter because I keep annoying my neighbors with something about an inside voice. This is my inside voice! Anyway, I have a public service announcement to make. I hate Richtofen. You know why? Because he loves to lick meat sacks! And not the good kind! Hoorah. Hey, Nolan North, if that is your real porn name, yes, I will do retro replay. And I hear that you're gonna bring your little ray gun and your little monkey bombs. They like me better anyway, by the way. I'm gonna bring my shotgun and I'm gonna wave my Glock at the dock before I clean your clock. Ha! Hoorah!
Dempsey, you disgust me. Once again, you are less than I expected. But what else is new? It's not that I don't like all Americans. I just wish you could be more manly, more masculine than you are, Dempsey. Maybe more like my favorite American. This one here. They call him Drake. Und he is wunderbar. Even though he's tiny, he's better than you. I hate you, Dempsey. Boom!
Hey, Richtofen, what's the matter? Cutback got your tongue? I'm ready for you, and you stop coming at me. Where are you? I just drank some Juggernog, and I'm ready!
Anyway guys, there we go, that is it, that is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel, leave any questions you have in the comment section below, and as always I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye.